Yes guys, welcome to 15 skills to do during lockdown. Easy and simple for you guys to break down and learn. Obviously this isn't going to help your actual football game and stuff, but it's good to get the little touches in and have a bit of fun, so roll the video. First trick, we have got the foot stall. Very cool looking trick, but very simple too. It's basically just all around the idea of taking the speed off the ball. So essentially you're putting your foot up towards the ball to take the speed off it, which gives it that nice sort of effect. Make sure you're putting your foot up towards your shin so it gives it that nice trap effect. And you may want to bounce the ball first to get the motion correctly. It's also good if you want to learn the around the world first. It gives it a nice easy setup to do so, as you'll see. So as you'll know guys, we're starting off fairly easy. The around the world, everyone knows this trick, but it's important you nail this one because it can lead up to so many more different skill moves. As you've seen in the last clip, you can use the stall first and start from there, as you'll see in this clip right here. Makes it easy to do, but essentially you're just putting side spin on the ball and bringing your foot around the ball. Once you master this trick, you can master many other skills, so I recommend you get this nailed. Now the crossover, another skill which if you nail can lead up to so many other tricks. It's very simple, you're just going over with one foot and coming back underneath the ball and hitting it upwards. There is also a reverse version of this which looks pretty cool, as you've just seen. It's just doing the opposite and bringing the foot the other way around the ball and bringing it back up. Moving on to number 4, we are completing the trio. The last two skills are very similar to this one. They all have one motion. This is the hop the world. Again, you hit it up with one foot and go around on the next foot. If you master this again, you can do even better tricks in the future with this. But there is also, again, a reverse version, which is a bit harder than the other ones. As you see, it's just going around with the opposite way of the ball. Now we've got the toe bounce, such an unbelievably cool skill, but it's so easy. 2 simple steps, make sure you lean over the ball for a larger bounce off the toe, and second of all, make sure you put backspin so that the ball's coming towards you rather than going away from you when it actually bounces off your foot. And moving on to the actual skill of it, it's just going over with one foot and bouncing it with the other. Very simple. You can also do this again on the reverse way, which is a bit harder, but also looks just as cool. Now number 6, the next door, which I had a very difficult time filming, obviously because I got a load of hair on the back of my head, but basically you're trapping it in between the top of your back and your neck. Once you get it in that little spot, you can just flick it back up off your head, and it's a very cool looking skill. But just get a partner or someone to put it there if you are struggling, and just get a little motion there. As you can see, I'm having a right problem with this skill, but yeah, you guys will probably find it a bit easier. Moving on to number 7, it's getting a bit harder now guys. We have got the clipper, one of my most favourite tricks. I use it all the time. It's very similar to the foot stall. It's simply just taking the speed off the ball again. I think that's something people struggle with this. Putting backspin on it is very important. Try throwing it like I did here. Makes it a lot easier to practice. It's just getting the motion of it, and it's a very useful trick. Now moving on to number 8, this is from an Italian footballer who I believe is Hachim Masteour. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but regardless, it's a very cool trick. You're putting it in a foot stall and you're just bringing it back and flicking it up with your foot. Very cool looking trick. Recommend you learn this one. It's a nice one to show your mates. Number 9, the slap. Something a bit different, you don't usually see this, but it's essentially setting the ball up with one foot and with that same foot going round the back to the opposite foot and rolling it, well, slapping it up the back of the leg as hard as you can so that it gets as much air time as possible. It's a weird one, but it still looks pretty cool, and you can combo it with many other skills. Number 10, outside the foot toe bounce. Because it's such an original skill, I thought I'd give it its own section of the video. But very simple again. Make sure you just put your outside of the foot flat on the ground so it bounces off that extra hard part of your foot. As you can see there, it's just on the side there, and make sure you got a good body positioning so it pops straight back up rather than towards you like that. But either way, it's cool and simple. The around the back, around the world, definitely not the name for it, but I didn't know what else to call it. You set the ball up with one foot and you got to get the timing right as you go round the back and kick it back up. You might slam it against the floor like I did a few times, but don't get frustrated, it's very difficult to do. Make sure you get the timing right, and it is a very cool move when you execute it correctly. Moving on, back to the toe bounce. The first one is from Marcelo, which he did a few years ago. He literally just adds a Neymar flick onto the end of it, which looks quite cool. But the main one, the 360-degree toe bounce, literally just do the normal toe bounce. Keep the same concepts. If you're good at that, you should find it pretty easy. And then you literally just flick it up with your heel, and that is it, done. Number 13, we have got the knee catch around the world. It's a very simple trick. All you got to do is catch it in between your knees, roll it against your other knee and go around it like a hop the world. Number 14, the thigh catch. All you gotta do is kick it up about waist height. Make sure you get the outside of your ankle, push in against your butt so it locks in nicely, and then you can finish it off with a flick or whatever you think looks cool. And finally, finishing it off with the chest roll. Basically, all you got to do is kick it up to either one of your shoulders and almost drop down and slide it to the next one and push it back up so it creates like a nice ricochet effect. Now I tried the Akka, but I couldn't quite pull it off nicely, so here's the bloopers of that. If you guys can do this, fair enough, it's a pretty difficult trick to do. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and let me know what your favourite skill move was, guys, and if you do want to see more stuff like this, then let me know in the comments down below. See you all soon, take care guys, peace.